Y'all let me know if you can hear a brother. Y'all let me know if you can hear a brother, man. Y'all let me know if you can hear a brother. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Give y'all a few minutes to come. Y'all put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. I'll give y'all a few minutes. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood. Put a 1 in the chat. 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 If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. We're going to give a few minutes. I kind of went live here, on a whim. I'll put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. We're going to roll. Put a 1 in the chat. Can y'all hear me? Let me ask people, can they hear me? One for Marcel. What's up, Marcel? What's going on? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Your boy Heaven Hollywood. Marcel, the only one that hears me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, y'all. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Let's go. Marcel, the only one that can hear me. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Instagram. We live. What's up? What's up? Tie up. Thank you for that number 1. We got to get in to these emergency motions ALEXSPIRO filed. Coming right behind Tony Buzbee's motion that he filed yesterday. Tony Buzbee filed a lawsuit against Jayz yesterday, and then Jayz comes right back today and files a notion that Tony Buzbee has to pay attorney fees. What's up, Jamina? Where you been? We on YouTube right now, Jamina. But Jayz, what's up, CW? Jayz has filed an emergency motion right behind Tony Buzbee's lawsuit, where he is accusing Jayz and Rock Nation of acquiring people to sue his law firm. Now, Jayz, after getting whacked, what's up, CC? We're on YouTube. Now, Jayz, after getting whacked, or Jayz and his attorney after getting whacked by Annalisa Torres, who is the judge. And she basically told ALEXSPIRO, stop filing so many damn motions. And you're going to have to do this by the book. Right? So ALEXSPIRO, after she told him to stop filing so many motions, comes right back and files. You see, Jay-Z is not going to play this like Diddy, as we can see. So when people will say, oh, Jay-Z just like Diddy, no, he's not. There is a huge difference. There's a huge difference between Jay-Z and Diddy, right? Huge difference. So let me find the notion. What's Darius? Let me find the motion. I'm gonna put the notion in the chat for anybody who wants to click on it. And it's basically saying he wants his attorney fees paid and he wants Buzbee striked, right? He wants Buzbee striked for taking on this case, and it was frivolous. Darius says Nicki's the #1 female rapper. You're right about that. So I got this from the Inner City News, right? Inner City News on Twitter. Inner City Press. So it was a short motion. It was a short motion, and ALEXSPIRO basically is filing an emergency strike. He wants his attorney fees paid for, and he wants Tony Buzbee to pay for him. And that's pretty much what Jay-Z is saying. Now, a lot of people are saying, so I guess ALEXSPIRO just don't learn his lesson. You know, he's going to mess Jay-Z up with his aggressive nature because Annalisa Torres, she don't go for all the shenanigans and she don't go for all this celebrity BS. She don't care nothing about it. You're not going to impress her. She's not going to be intimidated by it. But this is how ALEXSPIRO operates. And I'm sure she's been on a trial with ALEXSPIRO in the past. And this is how ALEXSPIRO operates. Now, it remains to be seen whether this is good for Jay-Z or bad. But that's his guy. Remember what he said on God Did? I got lawyers like shooters that work pro bono for him because I paid him M's. So he's been paying ALEXSPIRO for years for this to come up. Hey, Reese. Good luck on your training, Reese. What's up, Ivy? Right. So he's basically been paying ALEXSPIRO for this for years, even without a case. Because if anything ever comes up, he wants ALEXSPIRO to be at his beck and call. And that's the reason why ALEXSPIRO is pretty much at Jay-Z's beck and call. Because he's been paying him for years ahead of time. When ALEXSPIRO has went years. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Ruth said Spiral handling business. Folks just big mad. Jay went toe to toe and stood up for himself. That's what it is. They want, they want Jay-Z to fall back. And then when Jay-Z wasn't saying anything, right? When Jay-Z wasn't saying anything, everybody was talking about, why is Jay so quiet? Why is he so quiet, Heaven? I thought how come he hasn't distanced himself from Puffy? How come he hasn't done that, Heaven? How come he hasn't distanced himself from Puffy? And then Jay-Z comes out and distances himself from Puffy. And then what's all the people say? How could he do that to Puff? He's been friends with him for 30 years. Why is he saying he's not friends with Puffy? Y'all saying, oh, Jay-Z's got to come out and distance himself from Puffy. So Jay-Z came out and distanced himself from Puffy. Hello? And now y'all talking about how is Jay-Z distanced himself from Puffy? Yeah, I see. You know what I'm saying? So y'all just don't like Jay-Z. Half of the people who don't like Jay-Z just are young heads. The other people are barbs. The other people are just people who just don't like Jay. Tory Lane fans, people who don't like Megan, a lot of times don't like Jay-Z. So a bunch of Rock Nation haters. But Jay-Z, all you have to do is look back. Jay-Z and Puffy, they're two different people. I can see where you would not like Puff. Like Puff over the years has not been a good guy, right? But if people in Young Money like Lil Wayne, y'all do know that Jay-Z paid Lil Wayne's taxes for him, right? Y'all do realize that, right? Y'all realize that Jay-Z paid Lil Wayne's taxes for him? Y'all realize that Jay-Z helped Meek get out of jail for any of the Meek fans? Y'all realize that Jay-Z and Rock Nation is fighting the Kansas City Police Department for social injustice against black people? Do y'all realize that? Y'all probably realize that because you don't care to look into it. The only thing you care about is, oh, Rock Nation runs everything. Jay-Z is one of the few rappers that's out there helping black people. But because that doesn't fit y'all's narrative, y'all don't want to talk about it. They don't want to show what Jay, you got to research it. Just because it's not up on Twitter, just because he's not up on Twitter bragging about every time he does something, that don't mean he's not doing it. You got to research it. Because he's not going to come on Twitter and say, oh, yeah, check out what I'm doing for so-and-so. Check out what I'm doing for such and such. That's not how Jay get down. He learned that from Prince. Prince told him, let your work speak for yourself. Don't tell nobody you doing nothing. Let them find out. And if they don't find out, it ain't meant for them to find out. Just do it. That's why when people were sitting around saying, oh, he don't help out Marcy, he has a project, a Marcy project, that he's helping rebuild Marcy projects. He's been doing it. He also merged with an investment under the Marcy Houses name. Look at Beyonce's Christmas performance. It was a country performance, but look who she had on stage with her. Look who she had on stage with her. Women of color, men of color. The artist performance. She had the black country singer with her, Sam Buzbee or whatever his name is. Look at our performances of the Super Bowl since Jay-Z's taken over. Hip hop performance. That wasn't going to happen if Jay wasn't running on the NFL. That wasn't going to happen. But you see, y'all don't want to talk about that. What's up, Dolly, my assistant in the building? Y'all don't want to talk about that. All y'all want to talk about is, oh, Beyonce's a witch. Oh, Jay-Z's a warlock. Oh, I mean, if you're going to look at it that way, most of them in the industry are people called witches and warlocks. So just pick your favorite one. But hell, just like how they say Jay-Z is a warlock, don't you know that I know you got a favorite artist. Don't you know that if your artist is very successful, they saying the same thing about your artist? They're calling them a witch or a warlock. So if that's who's making music, unless you're gonna be listen to gospel music, hell, there's gospel artists out there that people call them witches and warlocks. Hell, they called Kurt Franklin a warlock. They called T.D. Jakes no good. They called Kurt Franklin no good. Right? So it don't matter. Whoever your favorite artist is, somebody gonna have something to say about it. But how y'all gonna be rooting for Rihanna? Say, yeah, Rihanna. Rihanna's a billionaire. Well, how you think do you don't think Jay-Z had something to do with that? Jay-Z's the one who signed Rihanna. Rihanna will tell you she learned a lot of business practices from being around Jay-Z. And let's not forget, Jay-Z did invest in Fenty. And Rihanna got up in a lot of those rooms because she's connected to Jay-Z. And who's Jay-Z connected to? Beyonce. So a lot of them times, a lot of these people take meetings on the word of somebody else. Don't get it twisted about how far you being connected to somebody goes in the industry. I know I was in it 21 and a half years. It's all about who you connected to. It's all about who you connected to. A lot of times they'll take people and say, oh, yeah, she's connected to so-and-so. Oh, yeah. Take that meeting with them. Shout out to Blue Ivy. She turned 13. Happy birthday, Blue Ivy. Blue Ivy's out there doing her thing and being quiet about it. You don't see her on Instagram talking about not trying to diss North, but you'll hear her talking about, no, it's your bestie, Mrs. Carter. It's your martyr, Mrs. Carter. Like, you don't see her doing that. She just go out there, do her thing. What's up, Jess? Hey, thank you, TX. Thank you, my brother. When I saw free the dogs, I free them. That's how Meek got in freedom. Tell him, CC. Kanye would have not have been a billionaire. All these people that's connected, and then people try to always take credit. Oh, he ain't nothing to do with that. Well, then how come nobody else? Let me ask you a question. If Jay-Z has nothing to do with Rihanna, Kanye West being a billionaire, and himself being a billionaire, why is he like the only umbrella that's producing multiple billionaires? Beyonce don't admit it, but Beyonce's a damn billionaire. She got to be by now. So if it's so easy, why is Jay-Z, the people that's under the Jay-Z umbrella, why are they the only ones that's billionaires? If it's so easy to do. Or if Jay-Z ain't doing nothing, how come nobody else is billionaires? You got Taylor Swift, but Puffy was right under billionaire status. Even the Kardashians, only Kim. And that's when she was married to Kanye that she got the billionaire status. Now, Kim probably would have got there anyway because Kim is just an incredible businesswoman. But for people to say, oh, why is he filing this motion? This makes him look guilty. No, it don't. How does fighting for yourself make you look guilty? How? How fighting for your rights make you look guilty? When he was sitting back saying nothing, and these allegations came out, the first thing people said, oh, Jay-Z, he ain't gonna be able to sit back and be quiet on this one. He gotta speak. He gotta speak. In less than 24 hours after this lawsuit came out, Jay-Z was responding on social media like all y'all wanted him to do. Then when he responds, oh, you making yourself look desperate. He making himself look guilty. He looking real desperate. What do you mean looking real desperate? This man is trying to say that he raped a 13-year-old girl. What do you mean he sounded desperate? So you think that you would just let that rock? You would just let that rock? Somebody come out and say you raped a 13-year-old with autism? You would just let that rock? The hell's wrong with y'all? You damn right he's desperate. Desperate to clear his name. He sit back and don't say nothing. Y'all say, how can he sit back? It must be true. He hasn't denied it yet. He trying to sit back like ain't nothing going on. Look at what y'all doing to Joy Taylor. Oh, how could she just come to work like ain't nothing going on? How can she just sit there unbothered? And Jay-Z, if anybody got a right, has earned the right to sit there unbothered as him because he's not really online. So he really didn't have to say nothing to nobody on social media. But he wanted them to know too. I did not do this. And y'all on social media, do your job. Go back and look at the pictures. Go back and find where I was on that night, all night long. Go back and find it. Since y'all like researching everything, y'all want to bring up old pictures of me and me and Puffy. Y'all want to bring up old videos of this, that, and the third, of me and Diddy. Go up and look up them pictures of where I was that night, all night long. Go research that. Hey, Serenity, it was good. But you people, when you for whatever reason, when you hate another black person, you want to sit and have them hold up the standards that no matter what they do, you blame them for it. If he don't say nothing, it must be true because he ain't addressing it. So he must know it's the truth. If he says something, oh, why he so defensive? He look desperate. It must be true. So if he address it, it must be true. If he don't address it, it must be true. Yeah, Blue Ivy is Kathy White's daughter. You got people online. It's these people on TikTok who done took old tea, old stale urine. They think it's tea because they wasn't around when this was happening. They take an old stale urine from Jackie Jasper's website. He looked this up. From Jackie Jasper's website, Jackie Jasper, Kathy White, Jayz. Right? Two thousand and ten. Jackie Jasper was talking about this. In 2010, it's all online. It's still online. Right? And that's where people like Jaguar Wright and this bodyguard, not Gene Deal, but this bodyguard, this is where they get stuff from. And y'all think, oh, Jaguar knows about it. No, you know what Jaguar does? Jaguar goes right to this site that I just went to. Right to this site that I just went to. Diary of a Hollywood Street King. It's a site that really, it's still up, but he rarely posts because I don't know whether they unalive Jackie Jasper, because there was a lot of celebrities out after Jackie Jasper because he was like putting he's the first Jaguar, except he was putting it on websites. And he said, oh, Jayz photographed with Mistress Kathy White. In that picture, they were 10 feet away from each other. They weren't even close to each other. And that's the only picture of them even in the same vicinity. And because of that, he got people, because of his story, he got people believing Jay-Z's mistress, Kathy White, exposed. He got people believing that this is true. And all these TikTokers, what they doing is going to make TikTok videos based on everything that Jaguar Wright's saying. Tisha tells lies. She's another one. Right. And look at what Dolly said. Right. I see the comments on the recent TMZ post saying he must be guilty, all because he is Jay's asking the judge to punish the lawyer. Hell yeah, I'm down, Serenity. I see the comments on the recent TMZ post saying he must be guilty because he's asking the judge to punish the lawyer. No, he's not guilty for asking the judge to punish the lawyer. He said he is going to expose him. That's what he said the first day that he responded. I'm going to expose you for the fraud that you are. And if he does that, he's going to make it hard for any of these other lawsuits to go through, or make it hard for anybody to believe him, because he's going to see that you're just picking up lawsuits because you're trying to make money. These lawsuits are frivolous. You're not even vetting them. ALEXSPIRO said, this dude said he had 100 cases fully vetted within 2 days. And ALEXSPIRO said, any lawyer who does this for real and who does this for a living knows it takes days, sometimes weeks, to vet one person. Because you got to make sure the story is correct. You got to make sure she got driven out there. You got to make sure that she was really in New York. You got to make sure about the people was at the event. He said sometimes that takes weeks to do one. And this person said he had 100 people fully vetted in 2 days. And nobody saw nothing wrong with that. Nobody saw nothing wrong with that. Here is once again, he posted his story. This is the same thing Jaguar Wright be saying. 2010, Jackie Jasper. We have more details about the woman at the center of Jay-Z's cheating scandal. This was nowhere else. This was not mainstream media. This was on Hollywood Street King. This was not on TMZ. You may remember we first told you about Jay-Z's secret rendezvous to Las Vegas with Corey. And that's where Jaguar be saying, Corey. She didn't know Kathy White. She saw it here. We called her Corey. Hey, how did you call her Corey? You didn't know her. During the time of the Floyd Mayweather and Juan Manuel Marquez boxing match, sources now tell us just before the pair attending the Sin City fight, Jay purchased a $2,500 pair of Louis Vuitton shoes for Corey to wear that evening. Insiders say Jay requested Corey to bring a few friends to ride with them that evening in order for them not to appear as a couple. During that time in Vegas, Jay also took Corey gambling at the Bellagio Casino. That's where Jay was again reportedly adamant about Corey's friends circling the pair during their time at the table. See, that's his excuse for a lot of people being around. I'm asking male readers, if you were married to Beyonce, would you cheat on her? And Claudia Jordan, my wife that don't know it, Claudia Jordan came out and debunked this. She said this is false. She said, I was with Kathy. Kathy White never told me that she was dating Jay-Z. I never saw them together at all. And we were together a lot. And I never saw it together. And she never once mentioned to me. The Jaguar Wright saying, oh, Claudia Jordan knew because she was effing Puffy. Right? So, again, right, Zeta. Claudia already said this did not happen. So, this is all I'm saying, man. When are they telling the truth? When they don't answer it or when they do answer it? I'm all for it. We're going to come back and do a live later, and we're going to get into Cardi B and Offset's new court date. They're facing a court date. They got to come into court together. Offset probably won't come, but it was about the autograph seeker who was seeking an autograph, and security beat him the F up. But Claudia said that was fake. Jay-Z, I'm rocking with what Jay-Z doing. This is what Diddy should have did. Instead of settling, this is what Diddy should have did. If he was going to settle, he should have just paid Cassie, and then none of this would be happening. I like what he's doing. I like Alex taking everything head on, even though the judge told him to knock it off. I like Alex taking everything head on. You know why? Because no matter how much the judge gets mad, you can't create evidence that don't exist. So she can get mad at Alex all she wants. That's still not going to make her. She can get mad at him and say, oh, just for that, I'm going to let the case continue. But they're never going to win the case because they have no evidence. So, yeah, they may let the case continue, but he's never going to be able to win this case because he has not one piece of evidence. Not one. So I agree with what ALEXSPIRO's doing. If you like what Alex is doing, if you like his approach, let me know in the comments if you like his approach. If you don't like his approach, if you think he's gonna ruin it for Jay, and because the judge keeps telling him enough is enough, enough is enough is enough, let me know. All right. We're gonna come back with another, man. It was just a quick live. I just wanted to get this out to y'all that Jay-Z filed another motion. And we'll come back and take care of the Cardi situation, Shaq and Dwight Howard situation, Luther Vandross and Patti LaBelle situation, right? So, Cash App is $ Heaven Hollywood. We're going to be back later, man. Look out for the notifications. I'll go live on Instagram first to let y'all know. All right? Thanks for joining me. Peace.
Don't you forget about me.